Have you ever gone through a time when bills were left unpaid and just stacked up on your kitchen counter waiting for you to pay them off? Of course, you want those bills over and done with as soon as possible, but what if you don't have the cash for that right now? Just hearing about that situation sounds like such a pain, but imagine actually being in that situation. No one wants that, right? So, for today, we'll be talking about 10 hacks that could help you manage your finances so you will never have to go through a situation like that. Hi everyone, this is UpThink. If you have watched our videos before, welcome back to our channel. And if you are new here, go ahead and click that subscribe button because here at UpThink, we share tips and tricks that can help you in your everyday life. Let's begin. Number 1. Budgeting. So here's the thing about budgeting. It may seem too tedious to do, and at times, you could think that all you have to do is watch how much you're spending on your expenses, but budgeting your finances can go a long way. First, list down all the pros you can get from budgeting. Once you see the pros, you can see opportunities you can do with the amount of money you have set for yourself. You can prioritize the expenses that need to be paid and even save any leftover cash from your budget afterward. When you're just getting started on budgeting, it will take some time getting used to it, but once you have the feel of this method, you need to make sure that you stay consistent. Crafting and maintaining a budget requires effort, but modern technology makes it far more accessible. There are plenty of free digital apps and software solutions available online to help turn the process into an organized breeze. Just do a quick search for one that suits your needs. Keeping track of your finances allows you to develop more innovative saving strategies for any situation life throws at you. Number 2. Set aside money for large transactions. Say you see a live selling event for a limited edition item that costs you thousands of dollars. Would you immediately punch that in your credit card? Well, the temptation is there of course, but that is not the smartest idea. Unless you have a surefire plan of paying that large credit card loan right away, though in most cases, people rarely do. Spending connoisseurs advise that if you truly want to make that large purchase, the money should come from a savings account specifically designated for such expenditures. With any big purchase, the key to success lies in saving, not only when it comes time to pay, but also while you are shopping. If you can manage to put some cash aside prior to your decision-making process, there are countless advantages waiting for you. Getting a better understanding of current market conditions may help reduce prices and make negotiating easier. Plus, if what is being bought holds lasting value or requires taking from savings or investment funds, look into loan options as this could be more beneficial down the line. Number 3. Reducing monthly expenses. Saving money starts with one small step: controlling your monthly spending. It is possible to reduce variable costs such as clothing and recreation expenses without drastic changes in lifestyle. Just be flexible while thinking carefully before you buy anything. You may not have the same leeway when it comes to bigger items like rent or car payments, but making smart short-term decisions can add up over time, allowing for more financial freedom down the road. Now, this may be easier said than done. To responsibly and successfully save for the future, you need to take a long-term approach, like examining your energy use or finding cheaper life insurance policies, as well as considering short-term decisions such as loan applications carefully. You may be tempted by attractive offers from lenders who have only assessed your income and debt history. However, they cannot possibly know of any other financial commitments that could make timely payments difficult in the future. Remember, a lower interest rate is not necessarily better if it'll stretch out an unaffordable payment plan over too many months. Number 4. Avoid outside meals or takeout. Eating freshly prepared meals cooked in your own kitchen can be a very cost-efficient way to fuel yourself. Instead of relying too heavily on takeout, why not give home cooking and meal planning a try? Give it some time and effort before you treat yourself here or there at an upscale restaurant. Just creating weekly food plans can have impressive savings. Even if you don't consider yourself adept in the art of cuisine preparation, the internet has plenty of recipes that even beginners might find manageable. Start by committing to one homemade dinner each week. Then bring your prepped lunches with those for workdays afterwards. You may be surprised how much money these small changes add up over time. Number 5. Monitoring your financial consumption. Many of those who save and do not seem to have any problems always do this, monitoring how much they spend, and you should do it too. You may have been advised to do this multiple times, so let's discuss why it works. Keeping track of how much you consume is very important, and if you want to manage your finances well, then you should put great importance in doing this. You need to have certainty that each time you spend your money has been put into consideration. The fundamental purpose of cost monitoring is to identify and eliminate unproductive spending habits with your finances. Now, we have mentioned in our earlier hacks about budgeting and setting aside money for specific purposes. Keep in mind that monitoring your financial consumption can play a big part in that. If you have all your variables of how much you spend on items and expenses, then you are well on your way to managing your finances. If you are looking to get control of your spending habits, analyzing and being mindful of your categories can be a great start. Look for things like subscriptions that may no longer apply or activities that could easily become more budget-friendly alternatives. Not only will this save money, but it is an opportunity to diversify and broaden the scope of what you know. From reading up on different topics while saving some cash in the process, there are countless benefits with very little downside. In other words, you really have nothing to lose by taking such steps towards financial freedom. Let us take a short break before we move on to the 5 remaining hacks. If you're enjoying the video so far, hit that like button. Your enjoyment and learning always encourages us to bring you better content. Now, on to number 6. Number 6. Abstaining from unnecessary purchases. You may have heard of abstinence or detoxifying your body by holding back on certain foods for a period of time. Well, the same can be done with your finances, especially if you currently have a credit card loan or you have trouble making timely payments, among other financial issues. Abstaining from discretionary expenses can help immensely when you want to get the hang of managing your money. So, what does abstaining from discretionary expenses mean exactly? It means that for a fixed period of time, the only expenses you will be making are for your basic necessities. Now, just from the sound of it, you know it's not an easy challenge. But look at it this way. This challenge will not only help you save, but also be a good influence in your spending habits. Ready to make a change? Why not commit yourself to, let us say, a month-long spending challenge? Live simply and restrict your expenditures except for essentials like food, transportation expenses, or any recurring bills. You will be astonished at the difference this can create in both your financial situation and outlook on money. You may even find that limiting what you buy has been a life-changing experience. Number 7. Settle your debts. Carrying too much debt can have serious consequences. It not only impacts your present financial situation, but also closes the door to new opportunities for you. If you're looking to break free from this cycle of costly mistakes and spending money on interest payments alone, paying off what is owed should be one of your top priorities. Make a list detailing all existing debts, including credit card bills, vehicle loans, or student loan payments, and see how much minimum payment needs to be made in order to stay afloat every month. However, do bear in mind that simply making these regular minimums will take considerable time before they are paid off. Consequently, consider doing the previous hack mentioned and restricting other discretionary expenses so more funds can go towards repayment as quickly as possible. With a little creativity and dedication, you can get yourself out of debt in no time. Start by requesting your creditors for a lower rate on the debt, or consider moving high-interest credit cards to an introductory balance transfer card with low interest rates. This will help you manage debts more effectively while simultaneously reducing overall interest rates incurred. Once that's taken care of, it is important to create a repayment strategy as well as responsible spending habits, which might be necessary sacrifices if financial freedom is really what you're aiming for. It goes without saying, taking control over those horrible piles of borrowed money must remain at the top priority, or else you will see them swell further every month, leaving nothing but worries trailing behind its wake. Number 8. Quit on credit cards. Now, credit cards are useful in many situations, there's no doubt there. But if you are not careful, you could keep using that credit card to make plenty of transactions without restraints and end up spiraling in a significant amount of debt. If you are struggling to get by every month and rely heavily on credit cards to make payments on time, your financial life may not make such a good picture. With a great deal of credit card loans, you will be losing many financial opportunities, you may not even have any savings, and your capability of paying your expenditures will be compromised. If you are serious about taking control of your finances, it is time to put away those credit cards and make the switch. Start by creating a budget so that using money on credit would not be necessary. Then consider trying out cash or debit cards instead. To prevent large purchases from draining all available funds, open up a short-term savings account for emergencies, but only use what is in there when absolutely needed. And if shopping trips are too tempting, leave your card at home altogether. Credit cards may seem like a quick and easy solution to covering everyday expenses, but the heavy interest rates can quickly cause major financial distress. Entangled in an endless cycle of paying bills with credit cards only to have their money disappear just as fast, many people fall into the bad habit of relying on them for every expense. To avoid this pitfall, it is best to stop using your card altogether until you are wiser when dealing with such a powerful tool designed primarily for convenience, not debt. Number 9. Restraining on non-budgeted consumption. Some people find it hard to resist the thrill and satisfaction of a spontaneous purchase, even though they know in their heart of hearts that often these purchases are not necessary. Unfortunately, this type of behavior can quickly become costly, leading us away from wise financial decisions and good money habits. If your impulsive buying has gotten out of hand, then perhaps it is time for some discipline. No more spending beyond what you have budgeted. Shopping can be a colossal temptation when it comes to spending money. However, why not take a pause before you cash out any money? Doing this encourages thoughtful shopping by allowing you 24 hours before committing to any purchase over at least 1% of your yearly income. For example, if you're making $50,000 per year, all items that cost more than $500 should wait on approval until tomorrow. This way, you would have a day or so to think if it's really worth making an unprecedented purchase for or not. After mulling it over, you might decide that purchase may be unnecessary after all. The purpose of this rule is for the unplanned items that you yearn for but ultimately do not need at the moment. Basically, it tackles on your wants against your needs. Number 10. Gaining knowledge through books. If you're more of a theory first before application kind of person, then turning to books may be the way to go. Financial books have many tried and proven information that can surely help you out in your road to success for managing your finances. Learning is a skill and it can be wielded for financial benefit. With knowledge comes the power to control your finances by budgeting responsibly, saving wisely, borrowing carefully, and investing smartly. Financial literacy gives you the information necessary to make wise decisions that keep your bank account in check, meaning more stability today and positioning yourself better for tomorrow's objectives. So keep learning, keep being empowered. So, have you considered putting any of these hacks to the test? Which one was your favorite and which one seems to be the easiest for you to start on? Let us know in the comments below. We love hearing your opinions. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please do hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell as we release similar content that can help you in your everyday life. Again, this has been UpThink, and we hope to see you in our next video. Bye for now.